Welcome to your weekly roar, where we break down what actually matters, cut through the noise, and give you something you can use right now. I'm Dustin. Brandon here is the better bearded one, and today we're doing something a little different. We're slowing it down and breaking it all the way down. So we're talking DeFi, farming, yields, NFTs, tokens, and what all of this actually means if you're brand new. So if you've ever heard these terms and thought, I should understand this, but I don't, this one's for you. So let's get into it.
This week's spark is simple. Why does Web3 sound so complicated when it's really just money, ownership, and systems rebuilt? Because the language is new, but the concepts, not that new. Let's start with the foundation. What is DeFi? DeFi is decentralized finance. Instead of banks, middlemen, institutions controlling access, you have code, which is smart contracts, running financial systems on the blockchain. Think about it like this. A bank holds your money. A DeFi protocol lets you hold your money, your own money, and still do things like lend, borrow, and earn yield.
So here's the quick take. Here's the thing that most people get wrong. DeFi isn't about getting rich quick. It's about removing middlemen. I mean, Brandy, come on, seriously. You got family that says, oh, yay, magic internet money.
I would say free internet money, buddy.
It's like, no,
That's not.
it's not. Now, why is this important? Because for the first time, you don't need permission to participate in financial systems. It's really cool. And that's the big shift. You own it. You're self-sovereign. Bankers don't like hearing that word, but bankers get with the program because either you join us or you are replaced. Just saying. So before we get into the next part of this might be a good moment to grab a coffee or reset for a second, because what we're about to get into goes a layer deeper.
All right, let's break it down in terms that everyone hears. Here is our deep dive, but rarely understands clearly. Tokens. Everything in Web3 starts with tokens. These are digital assets that can represent money, like stablecoins, utility, access to platforms, ownership, governance tokens.
Yield is the next thing. It's how you earn. So it's similar to interest in a bank. But instead of a bank paying you, you're getting protocols that pay you. And let's be real, you're getting a better return and a more honest return, and it's immediate. The next one is, the term is staking. Staking means locking your tokens to support a network. In return, you earn rewards. Think of it like putting money into a savings account, but you're helping secure a blockchain, or even create more opportunities for folks to borrow and lend off of it. The next one is farming. It's yield farming. This is where it gets a little more advanced, a little more confusing, but let's dig into it gently. Yield farming means that you provide liquidity, which is your tokens, to a platform so that others can trade, swap, or borrow, and in return, you earn fees and rewards. So in essence, imagine it like this. Instead of the bank taking your dollar and converting it into $8 or $9 of lending, you're actually part of the process. You're the one that's going hand to hand in smart contracting and doing it. And of course, what are folks going to do when you create that liquidity on the platform and you farm it? They're going to reward you back, because it means more people get to join the game. So that's a big deal. You earn the fees and rewards. You earn almost all of them, versus a banker who's making all the money and saying, I'll give you 0.04% interest. What?
And that brings us to our real talk moment. Let's be honest for a second. Higher yield usually means higher risk, because things like smart contract bugs, market volatility, impermanent loss can all impact your returns. NFTs, not just art. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. They represent ownership, access, and identity. Yes, they can be art, but also tickets or memberships, in-game assets, real-world ownership like tokenized assets. That's exciting.
I know. I'm super excited about that. I mean, we've gone this direction because of Roar Portal, give guidance to people, and RWA, which is really exciting to us. And we're building everything in between just because it made sense. So, how it all connects. Here's the big picture, my friends. Tokens are the foundation. DeFi is the system. Yield and farming is how you earn what you earn. NFTs are ownership and access, and it's all one ecosystem. That's as simply as we can put it. So, hot seat question. There's really one question you got to ask yourself at this point. Are you just watching this space or learning how to use it? And I normally wouldn't give an answer here, but let me give you an answer. If you want to learn more about using it, head over to roar.io, r0ar.io, and check out on our website, Crypto U. It'll help you learn more and follow us here. Now, before we land this, take a second and think about how this actually shows up in your world, because the next piece is where it all really connects.
This week's Roar. Let's bring it home, because this isn't just about definitions. It's all about confidence. For newcomers, if you're new to this space, start simple. Learn what a wallet is, understand tokens, try small transactions, explore platforms slowly.
What to avoid. So don't chase hype. Don't invest in what you don't understand. Don't invest what you don't have to lose. None of this is financial advice, because this is still the wild, wild west. And don't ignore security. What to focus on. This is what to focus on, because more and more of you are going to have to jump in one way or another as we see rails across the world go this direction. The rails are going this way. Banks are already building out the rails in blockchain. So is Swift, MasterCard, Visa, and others. The Treasury now does. So we're here. Don't ignore it. So what to focus on right now for you? You're not too late. You're not behind. Focus on education. Follow us on this podcast or this radio show. Utility, real ecosystems, and long-term thinking. And if you want to know more about all of that, try Roar Portal, because really, that's what we're looking into on the developer's perspective.
That brings us to our 1-minute insight. Here's what this actually means. DeFi replaces traditional financial systems with code. Tokens are the building blocks. Yield comes from participation, and NFTs represent ownership. And the entire system is open to anyone willing to learn it.
And we're trying to do our best to take down the steep learning curve, to take down the barriers that are holding everyone back. So if there's one thing to take from this week, this is our Roar line. You don't need to understand everything to get started, but you do need to start if you want to understand it.
Wow.
This space rewards curiosity, and the earlier you learn it, the more it goes to work for you. It works for you. That's this week's Roar. If this helped you understand even one piece of Web3 better, share it with someone who's been trying to figure this out. And make sure you're tapped in on X as well as other platforms where you hear us, because we're going deeper in future episodes. More clarity, more insight, more real conversations. So until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep moving forward. This is your weekly Roar. Take care, guys.
Take care, everyone.